please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Two of India's top private sector bankers have come under fire. ICICI Bank's Chanda Kochhar is battling allegations of conflict of interest over her husband's business dealings with Videocon Group's Venugopal Dhoot. The bank's 3,250 crore rupee loan to Videocon Group has come under question, with the CBI filing a preliminary inquiry. Sources say Chanda Kochhar and her husband Deepak Kochhar are likely to be asked to join the probe. On the other hand, the Reserve Bank of India has raised questions over Axis Bank giving Shikha Sharma a fourth term as the managing director and CEO. Shares of both ICICI Bank and Axis Bank plunged in trade as both the private sector banks have trouble brewing in the corner offices. Here's how the entire Kochhar Dhoot controversy came to light. In a letter written in 2016 to the Prime Minister's office, an investor called Arvind Gupta had alleged what he called, and I quote, illicit banking and commercial relationship between ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochhar's family and Videocon Group's Venugopal Dhoot. Gupta claims to be an investor in both ICICI and Videocon. He alleged a potential conflict of interest in ICICI Bank granting a 3,250 crore rupee loan to Videocon, which later became a non-performing asset. In his letter, Gupta claims that Chanda Kochhar's husband had business dealings with Videocon Group's Venugopal Dhoot. The ICICI Bank board has thrown its weight behind Kochhar. ICICI Bank's chairman M.K. Sharma has called the allegations malicious and unfounded.
Some malicious and unfounded rumors that have been circulating in the past few days, casting insinuations on ICICI Bank and its MD and CEO. Similar rumors had first surfaced in mid-2016 and had been appropriately responded to at that stage. Nevertheless, these have been resurfaced in the recent past to malign the reputation of the bank and the MD and its CEO.
Welcome back now. Reports have surfaced that Reserve Bank of India has asked the Axis Bank board to reconsider the appointment of Shikha Sharma as the CEO for the fourth term. That starts in June. Reportedly, in a letter addressed to the bank's chairman, the RBI has now urged a review of the decision, citing the bank's performance over the year and deteriorating asset quality, among several other reasons. For more on that story, Lata Venkatesh now joins in with the very latest. So, Lata, give us a sense, how does Axis Bank's report card look like? Because it's one of the reasons why RBI has asked them to relook at her appointment as a fourth-term CEO is over alleged reasons of deteriorating asset quality. Take us through the numbers.
Well, at the moment, there is little reason to doubt that the Reserve Bank has written such a letter, because Axis Bank does not deny. It just says that it is still in consultation with the Reserve Bank on this process. The process is underway. So there's no denial of probably this letter written by the Reserve Bank. Now, you know, Axis Bank has been part of a series of what you can call where they have been pulled up, or at least has had you know, some questions to be answered by various regulators. Remember, even in the demonetization days, the Income Tax Department had raided for some 20 shell companies which had deposited large amounts of money in their accounts of you know, demonetized cash, as well as the ED had, Enforcement Directorate, had arrested 2 people. So there was that embarrassment by, of course, not the banking regulator, but by other investigative agencies. Coming to the regulatory agencies, the RBI itself, there was this huge divergence in the FY17 numbers that was the bank had to declare along with its second quarter numbers. 5,600 odd crores of extra NPAs were identified by the Reserve Bank. Now, I want to make it very clear that in none of these cases, both in demonetization, other banks were also caught with you know, some irregularity or the other. Even in the divergence case, Yes Bank's divergence was much more. Even HDFC Bank had divergence. But in any case, Axis did have a regulatory issue. A second regulatory issue came from SEBI when you know, the results were circulated on WhatsApp. Again, they had to put in an internal inquiry. This also was there for HDFC Bank. A third problem with another regulator, that was again RBI, when, you know, well, it's not a problem. The new NPA circular or NPA resolution circular of the Reserve Bank will result in some 4 or 5% higher NPAs for many banks. But for Axis, you know, if 5.8 becomes 10, that looks like, you know, some 80% more. For ICICI Bank, if 8.5 becomes, say, 12 or 13, it looks like 40% more. Because of the base, Axis Bank looks like its NPA has been understated a little more severely. This could be the reason why the regulator may have written asking the board to reconsider.
All right, Lata. So there you have it. Axis Bank, meanwhile, they've neither denied nor confirmed those reports. Meanwhile, the big story from the insolvency corner now today was the last day for interested parties to submit their bids for bankrupt ESSAR Steel. Lakshmi Mittal led and Nippon Steel have submitted their bids jointly. But here's the two big surprises. Let's take you through the two names. First, Sajjan Jindal led JSW. They've now joined hands with the consortium led by Numetal in order to bid for ESSAR Steel. That's not all. Anil Agarwal too has thrown in his hat. Anil Agarwal led Vedanta will also now be bidding for ESSAR Steel. For more on that story, Ritu Singh, who's been tracking those developments for several weeks, now joins it with the very latest. So, Ritu, it seems it's going to be a three-way race for ESSAR Steel. Take us through all the details that we have.
It's a three-way race for ESSAR Steel, and this time around there have been two surprise entrants in the three bids that have been placed. The first bid has come in from ArcelorMittal. This time they have tied around with Nippon Steel to acquire ESSAR Steel. The second bid has come in from the Numetal Consortium, but Revant Roya, who held a 25% stake, has been dropped from the consortium. Instead, they've tied up with JSW as an investor to be part of this consortium to make their bid stronger for ESSAR Steel. Remember, last time, because of Revant Roya's existence in the consortium, Numetal was declared ineligible on account of Revant Roya being the promoter of ESSAR Steel, that is Ravi Roya's son. The third and the most surprise entrant in this race is Vedanta Group. Remember, they have already won Electrosteel Steels, and this is the second company in the first list of defaulters where Vedanta is placing its bet. So now it's the three of them, vying for ESSAR Steel's 10 million ton assets. But do remember, the Orissa slurry pipeline, which is crucial to running the ESSAR Steel plant, is something that Numetal has been eyeing and is almost close to acquiring with its agreement with Shrey Infra. That will play a very crucial role. Also important to note that none of the bids will be open before the 4th of April because of the NCLT order, in which the hearing for the eligibility of both Arcelor and Numetal in the first round is still underway. Until that is done, the resolution professional as well as the committee of creditors cannot open any of the new bids.
All right, Ritu, interesting developments. But after an aborted start in February, the e-way bill is finally here. Around 5.5 lakh e-way bills have been generated till 4 p.m. this evening. This includes over 2.5 lakh e-way bills generated on the 1st of April and around 2.9 lakh e-way bills that was generated so far today till 4 p.m. From now on, though, transporters and businesses will need to generate an invoice for moving goods worth more than 50,000 rupees from one state to another. Intra-state e-way bill will start in a staggered fashion from the 15th of April. The rollout of the e-way bill, remember, comes at a time when the GST mop-up is also witnessing a slow and a gradual uptick. According to the Revenue Secretary Has Mukadia earlier today, the GST collections for February has now inched closer to the 90,000 crore rupee mark. Take a look.
इस महीने मार्च में हमने जो इंटरिम फिगर दिया था आपको 86 या ऐसा कुछ था, अभी तक ऑलरेडी 89,264 हो गया है. So we are close to 90 now, end of March, and this is in spite of the fact कि February was a month of 28 days. फिर भी मार्च का कलेक्शन इसलिए अच्छा है कि कंप्लायंस भी बड़ा है. कुछ हमारे स्टेट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के ऑफिसर्स लोगों को उनके पीछे भी पड़े हुए, और दूसरा कि मार्च में लोग अपना क्लियर करना चाहते हैं पुरानी लायबिलिटी भी. ई-वे बिल का अभी तक 2 दिन हो गया है. सिस्टम हैज़ बिन रोल्ड आउट. It's been very successful rollout. So far, there is no glitch at all found. And so I must compliment our team of technical officers who have, although they took 2 months to make it perfect, but now at least the e-way bill is on its way.
All right, time for us to slip into a break, but lots more lined up. Up next, protests against Supreme Court's decision on the SC/ST Act turns violent in several parts of the country. We get you ground reports when we return. Welcome back. Let's get you the latest in the spike in fuel prices. They are hovering once again around their record levels. Let's start with petrol prices. They have hit their highest level in 4 years, coming in at around 82 rupees per litre in Mumbai. In Kolkata, a litre of petrol is priced at 76.5 rupees. In Chennai, it's 76.6 and 73.8 rupees here in the capital. Let's take you through now the diesel prices as well. Diesel prices are also at an all-time high, touching 68.9 rupees per litre in Mumbai. The spike in fuel prices comes in the backdrop of higher crude prices. Rates in India are also one of the highest in Asia, with different state governments levying varying rates of value-added tax on petroleum products. Responding to this surge in fuel prices, Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has said that the centre has done its part in easing the burden, and now it's time for states to reduce their VAT rates. He also urged the GST Council to bring petroleum products under the GST net. Have a listen.
Few months back, Government of India has reduced excise duty. In those days, we have expected similar cooperation from states regarding the broader policy framework. Again, I will appeal to the GST Council through a consensus. Finally, this product has to come into the GST framework.
I can't comment about the taxes and duties, but as far as the future prices are concerned, I can assure you that today the retail prices in India are absolutely aligned with the global prices. But these are worked out based on the last 15 days global prices, so that in case there are any spikes in a day or in 2 days in global market, it doesn't impact Indian market to the same extent. And if there are any changes happening in the positive side in the global market, the same will be passed on in the Indian market also.
All right, let's get you the big national headline now. Several Dalit organizations and political outfits are protesting across the country today. These protests are against Supreme Court's order, which has banned automatic arrests and registration of criminal cases under the SC/ST Act. In many parts of the country, these protests have turned violent now, leading to heavy damages and disruption of public services. Also, the central government has filed a review petition in the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, opposition parties, they have blamed the government for the violence and the inability to control the violence. Let's get you all the highlights of the day's actions.
ऐसी स्थिति पैदा नहीं करनी चाहिए ताकि इस देश में किसी प्रकार से जातिगत तनाव अथवा सांप्रदायिक तनाव पैदा हो, और सभी राजनीतिक दलों की यह नैतिक जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि ऐसे समय में सभी अपनी तरफ से प्रयत्न करें और सहयोग करें ताकि किसी भी जातिगत तनाव अथवा सांप्रदायिक तनाव की स्थिति इस देश में पैदा न होने पाए। यह सभी राजनीतिक दलों की नैतिक जिम्मेदारी बनती है।
मोदी सरकार, भारत सरकार दलितों के सुरक्षा, दलित भाई और बहन के हितों के पक्ष में है, सदा सर्वदा रहेंगे, और रिव्यू पिटीशन के तहत जो करना चाहिए वो सारा चीज भारत सरकार करेगी।
मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बजाय मैं केंद्रीय सरकार पर यह आरोप लगाता हूं कि उनकी वजह से ये आज जो कानून है ये कमजोर हुआ।
कुछ जातिवादी व सामाजिक तत्वों ने आंदोलनकारियों के बीच में घुसकर स्थिति को कुछ स्थानों पर हिंसक भी बना दिया है।
Political reactions there pouring in. With that, we're going to wrap up this edition of What's Hot. Many thanks for watching, but don't go anywhere. In moments from now, we'll get you all the top stories on India Business Hour. That's coming up next.